Look at the colors of this Saltbox house. Aren't they amazing? I'm Michelle. This is my romantic tangle, and I'm back from the coast with stuff to share with you, starting with Old Crow Saltbox. This is by Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. I had the pattern printed out last year and didn't get around to starting it while I was at the coast. It was in my bag that never got unpacked that I just found before I left for this year, and look at it. I can't get over how much I love these colors and how much fun this was to stitch. And I did not want to put it down, but I knew that if I didn't put it down, I was never going to finish Edna Viola's Saltbox. So I made myself put the crows down and finish this one. And it is super cute. It's got great bright colors and a sewing theme, and I 100% absolutely loved it before I got distracted by the new bright and shiny thing. That happens. And I'm glad that I finished Edna Viola's Saltbox, because now I can spend all my time on the crows if I'm not distracted by my other fun starts, because I started things over there. The other thing I started was this. This is Small Library by Stitching Jewels. It is easy to look at and go, what is the front and the back? This is the first monochromatic piece like this that I have done. I did Lovebirds last year, which was white and on a blue fabric. But this is more pixelated. This is a different sort of thing. It goes really quickly, and I love the idea of it. I've told the story before that I met my husband while I was working in an old bookstore, so this strikes a chord with me. Unfortunately, there was a bit of a mishap, and this is my first attempt. I got 2 days in before realizing my fabric was aligned in the wrong direction. When I'm gridding something like the little salt boxes, I'll baste myself an arrow to tell me what is the top center. But on big pieces, I don't do that because it should be obvious which way your rectangle twists until you put it in a square Q-snap and get distracted by other things. Instead of forcing myself to pick all of this out before I could have some fun, I flipped over the fabric, started it in the right corner, and I will get back to this later and pick it all out. I'm very thankful that I wasn't working on 18 count, which I had thought about doing, because the 14 count is tricky enough to pick out. While we were there, I stitched myself a silly little souvenir. I bought these Dungeness Crab Spice potato chips last time I was at the coast with my husband and the boys. There was a coupon. It was 97 cents. It was kind of a, we're going to see who has the nerve to try it. It's better than I expected. I love the graphic on the bag, and I layered the bag itself between vinyl that I use for project bags and a layer of quilting cotton. The vinyl stretched, the potato chip bag stretched, the quilting cotton did not stretch, and it was quite an experience to sew this together. There were some words, restrained words, because I was sewing with my mom there. Friday morning, an hour before it was time to leave, my mom had already packed up her sewing machine and all of her stuff, and I had left mine out just in case I got up super early and wanted to do something. And I did, and I made bookmarks. These are Halloween ribbon from Joann's. Last year, I think it was buy one, get 3 free, or some crazy sale that made it really cheap. This year it was 70% off when I found it. And it is so easy to layer these with another layer of ribbon or a layer of quilting cotton and put lace around them. And I'm so glad I got up early and did them, because I've been intending to do this project forever and never quite sat down and made the time to do it. And then I worked on Memory Lane. I got the trees filled in here along the top. I'm kind of at a loss on what part of this one I should be working on. I'm a little distracted. I found out that having all of the time in the world to stitch without any outside distractions does not mean I can actually stitch. it means I will stitch for a few hours until my arm wants to fall off, and then I'll get very frustrated. So I'm having to learn my limitations and adjust my expectations, and that is kind of sad. I don't like it. And now I'm back and I'm running around like a mad woman trying to catch up on all of the stuff that got shunted aside while I was overplaying at the coast. The waves were wild. The tide was higher than I had ever seen it. We had an absolute blast. I missed my husband, missed the boys. I'm glad to be home. And I really want to sit down and stitch on that library some more, I think. Either that or the crows. One or the other I'm working on tonight while this uploads. Thanks for watching. I'm Michelle. This is my romantic tangle, and I'll be back with you with more videos soon.